Hey guys, so today's video we are going to be doing kind of like a first impression review style video over the new Covergirl Clean Matte BB Cream. And I picked this up from, I think it was Ulta or maybe like Walgreens or something a couple weeks ago. And I've seen probably, I think 1 or 2 reviews over it, but that's about it. And I was real curious about it because it says it's a BB cream for oily skin and it's matte. So I decided we would give it a go and see what happens, everything, test out the longevity of it, the blending, everything like that, the coverage. So if you want to see how this little BB cream holds up, then just keep on watching. So the first thing, I have it in 510 Fair, and this is a BB cream for oily skin. I don't really have oily skin. Sometimes I'll get a little oily kind of on my T-zone. Very rarely I will, but not really super oily on my face. I'm normally kind of normal skin. I kind of sometimes get dry, but I'm pretty much normal. And I do get some kind of like acne flare-ups everywhere. But other than that, I'm not really too oily. But I wanted to see if this would work for normal skin, not just oily skin. So the claims on here, it says the Covergirl Clean Matte BB Cream provides the perfect amount of coverage to even skin tone, hide blemishes, and keep you shine free all day. It's oil-free, it's oil-free, won't clog pores, suitable for sensitive skin, and lasts all day. So it doesn't say anything about matteness, but I mean, it's a matte BB cream, so we're gonna assume it will be matte. So pulling this up on Ulta's app right now, this does retail for $8.49, and there are only 6 shades. So there's not that great of a shade range. I mean, it goes from the one I have, which is fair, and then it goes all the way to deep. So there's only 6 shades, so it's not really that great if you have different undertones or anything. But the reviews on Ulta says it has 4.5 stars, so we will put that to the test today. So like always, I already moisturized my skin. I just used a water-based moisturizer, and we're going to prime half of our face today, and we're going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. I really like this primer because it is more of a silicone feel, but it fills in all of your pores. So after putting the primer on this half of my face, we're going to apply the foundation, and instead of a brush, we're going to use a beauty blender, and this is the Real Techniques Perfection Sponge or whatever it's called, and we're going to use that to blend this all out on our face. So instead of coming with a pump, it's just kind of like a squeezy bottle style, which is still nice, and I'm just going to squeeze a good amount on the back of my hand. First thing I do notice is it is a thicker kind of BB cream. It's not really runny or anything, so it definitely has a more thicker consistency. Now I'm just going to dollop this all over, and we will blend it on. So now that this kind of dotted all over, we're just going to take the sponge and blend it out. So right away I'm noticing, I feel like it's providing a very sheer coverage. I feel like it's not covering that many things. I mean, it's evening out my skin tone. It's not meant to be a foundation and have a full coverage consistency like a foundation, but it does blend out really good, and it has good, decent coverage. But if you like more full coverage like the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation or anything that has a higher coverage than this, you won't like this because it's more just evening out my skin tone and kind of just making it a smooth canvas. I haven't used a like beauty sponge thing in so long, and I now remember why I love it so much. I haven't used one of these in forever. I've been using a brush that I have fallen in love with, and I think I just re-fell in love with the sponge now. So after blending it out, I do have to say I think it blended out a lot easier on the primed side. I felt like on the unprimed side that it kind of stuck to my skin and didn't really want to move. So I do recommend priming first because it does make the process a little easier and faster. So now that I blended it all out, I do have to say that I don't know if it's just me looking at the mirror, but I feel like it's not completely matte. I don't know if it's because I did use a beauty sponge, but you should be able to use anything with this. You can see kind of some shine coming through. That could also be my moisturizer because, like I said, it is water-based. It has some like aloe vera and everything in it, so that may be causing some of the shine. But it's not completely matte. Now if you look kind of on my cheek area right here, that's more matte than up on my cheekbones or my eyes, you know, my nose and everything. But other than that, it just kind of evened out my skin tone. I can still see my freckles. I can still see this little stubborn acne scar right here. I can still see a little bit of redness right here. But it's nice if you just want something that's kind of easy, blends everything out, you know, that jazz. But I do have to say the prime side was easier to blend out. I do have to say using the pore minimizer primer also just looks better on this side, which figures because it is a pore minimizing primer. So I'm going to powder and conceal the rest of my face, and I will be right back to update you guys on that. So I just applied my concealer and set everywhere that I put my concealer, and I do have to say it was really easy to blend my concealer out. I used the new Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Well, I wouldn't say it's new, but you know, it's like kind of new. I used this concealer and I am in shade Light. I put it underneath my eyes, bridge of my nose, chin, a little bit on my forehead. Blended that back out with my sponge, and then to set where I put the concealer, I used my Maybelline Better Skin Transforming Powder, and this is in a 20 Classic Ivory. And to apply that, I used the new Morphe E48 brush. I really like this brush for setting underneath my eyes because it's so small and tapered. But as far as the concealer goes, I chose the Too Faced one because it's not as full coverage as other concealers I have. So since this is more of a kind of natural looking BB cream, I figured I could do a lighter coverage concealer and just make it look more bright underneath my eyes. And it's a lot hydrating, the Too Faced concealer is, so I figured that would look really good, and I like it. I like the way it's applied. I still have to agree, my forehead is pretty matte, but like the concealer part right here, right underneath my eyes, I am very glowy. I don't mind that. I actually like looking glowy, but as far as matteness goes, I'm more matte everywhere else except underneath my eyes. But this powder isn't mattifying either. So now that I applied the concealer and powder, everything like that, I'll come back in a couple hours or so and update you guys how everything is going. It is 1:21 right now, so I'm probably going to do a tutorial and I'll be back after that to tell you guys how everything blended out. So I'll see you guys in a second. Hey guys, I just wanted to update y'all real quick on the BB cream. I applied a full face of makeup, as you can't tell, and a tutorial will be up either before or after on this look I am wearing. But all the products blended so good on top of it. It still kind of almost turned more matte than it was, so I really like it. I will do an update later on because I am going to go out and run some errands, but I just want to jump in real fast on and say that I do really like it. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, this is my final little update. The update I did before this was kind of short and sweet to the point because I was like kind of running out the door, and I think that was around, I want to say 2:33 when I did that update. It's 6:15 right now, and I do have a couple things to say. One of the things I noticed about the BB cream is that it's not tacky, and I really like that. Like, I can put my hands to my face and no product comes off. One thing I hate is that if I'm on the phone and I have my phone right here and I pull it away, you can see like the foundation residue or whatever it is. I hate seeing that on my phone screen. I did not see that. It's held up everywhere on my face. It did not break up around my nose. It didn't sweat off or anything. Every foundation BB cream seems to do this to me, but they all settle into the fine lines on my forehead. No matter if I set it, prime it, use a brush, use a sponge, anything, it always settles into the fine lines of my forehead, so I expected that. But it held up really good. I feel like it may have faded just a teeny tiny bit down here, but that's normally the first place that foundation starts to kind of disappear, is right along your jawline and around your nose. And if I look really good, turn on my little light, It is still intact right around my nose, around my mouth and everything. I took my lipstick off, it stayed there. So I really have like really good things to say about this. Like, it is pretty dang good. And besides my highlighter and my really hydrating concealer that I did apply with it, it did pretty much matte up everywhere that didn't apply highlight or that didn't have some type of like dewy hydrating product on it. But it did stay matte there, and I do like how it's not tacky. I appreciate that. So the fact that it does stay matte on places that you don't apply those products, I think this would be really good for oily skin because it can control that oil throughout the day. Because I did put this on at like, I want to say 12 or 1, and it's 6:15 right now, and I was, you know, in the house outside running around. It's Texas. It's rained like, I think like the past 3-4 days, maybe a week here. So it's real gross and sticky and humid outside, and it stayed intact, which I love. So I think this would be really great for oily skin. Also, I have normal to sometimes dehydrated skin. It seemed to work really great on me. I did go to the beach and I was starting to peel. Well, I'm kind of done peeling now, but I was peeling kind of right here on the outside of my forehead, on my nose. After I put on my moisturizer before I applied the BB cream, it didn't stick to any dry patches. It didn't stick to any of the skin little peeling flakes that I had coming up, which I do like because I hate how certain things can emphasize those. But overall, I have to give this like a 5 stars. I mean, it did nothing bad for me, which I really do appreciate. So I will link this down below, and the primer that I did use, and my little Real Technique sponge. And the look I'm wearing right now, I did film a tutorial over. It has, you know, it's kind of real smoky on the lid, pops of blue on the lower lash line with some wing liner and lashes. So I don't know if that'll be up before this or after, but I'll link it down below. That way you guys can go check it out. But I really hope you did enjoy this first impression. Please give this video a thumbs up before you leave, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.